Business vows to influence the economic transformation policy and a legal challenge against the official results in Mexico. With the news at 9 o'clock, good morning, I'm Karabo Maladzi. The Black Management Forum has vowed to influence the ANC policy direction on economic transformation at its elective conference in Mangaung later this year. The ruling party has just concluded its policy conference where socio-economic transformation took center stage. BMF says it will partner with the ANC-led government to ensure full economic transformation. Speaking at the forum's annual dinner in Johannesburg last night, its deputy president, Thembagazi Mnyaka, said they have the capacity to help government achieve its transformation goal.
We will seek to influence the position of the ANC in Mangaung, not elections, but the position in terms of the policy conference itself. And we will then help as the BMF to monitor and provide managers for implementation, because BMF has developed managerial leadership and we have very high caliber managers in the BMF. So we do want to help the state to ensure that we actually achieve, because I think we have the same objectives when it comes to economic revolution.
The number of South Africans with impaired credit records remains on the rise. The National Credit Regulator says of 19 million credit-active consumers, only 10 million are in good standing. The number of consumers with impaired records has increased to 9 million, while the total value of credit granted to consumers has decreased by almost 12%. NCR CEO Nomsa Motshekare says the reports are based on data submitted by registered credit providers and the Credit Bureau between March 2011 to March 2012. South African Savings Institute CEO Elizabeth Lwanga-Nanziri says with the 2008 recession still impacting negatively on many households, citizens need to change their mindset.
It's all about how we think about things, how we view things, and subsequently how we approach our money management. So if we can change our thinking, changing your mindset to start with and saying, you know what, things are not going to get better, because what we think is that individuals were hoping for things to get better and say, you know what, I'll get out of this. But that is not happening.
Northwest Police have discovered a human head at a house belonging to a traditional healer in Lebaleng Township in Wolmaranstad. This comes a week after a corpse without a head was found at the Mutwasi Hills Municipal Cemetery. Police spokesperson Tulani Ngubane elaborates.
We found traces that led us to a traditional healer's house. This is where a head of a person was discovered in a bucket in that particular home. We can confirm that the traditional healer has been arrested with other two people, so we can then safely say that we can see some elements of closure in this investigation.
On the international front now, the runner-up in the Mexican presidential election, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, says he'll mount a legal challenge against the official results announced yesterday. He says he will prove that illicit money was used to buy votes and secure the victory of Enrique Pena Nieto. The BBC's Will Grant reports.
There are still legal avenues that can be investigated by parties on all sides. And it must be noted that it's not just Mr. López Obrador's team who are pushing this. There are people whose votes in their part of Mexico were tampered with, and they're not necessarily from the left. So it is a broad spread of Mexicans who are pushing for recount and another look at this. But as things stand, yes, Enrique Pena Nieto does look like the person who will be leading Mexico into the following year as president.
Pena Nieto, who denies the accusation, was declared a winner after a recount of nearly half the votes. And finally, a diner owner collapsed and died yesterday, hours after serving United States President Barack Obama breakfast at a restaurant during a campaign stopover. 70-year-old Josephine Ann Harris, owner of the Ann's Place Diner in Ohio, complained of fatigue and a tingling feeling after Obama left her premises and was rushed to hospital. She was later pronounced dead on an apparent heart attack.